Okay, chat. Are you ready? All right, I'm ready. Listen, we got us a banger. Man, we need to pray for some of these young folks out here. Listen, man, make sure you ring that bell. We are on our way. I want to thank you. Everybody been showing some love, man. Make sure you always let the video play all the way through. YouTube is putting so many restrictions on us now. It's been so hard to grow these channels. Secondly, they are putting a big emphasis also on the likes. Please hit those likes, man. Hit those likes. Most of all, if you enjoy what I put on here, if you enjoy yourself, at least once or twice out of the week that I put up at least 4 or 5 videos a week. Please subscribe and be part of the movement. We love you guys. Let's get it.
Multiple times in broad daylight, executing him in front of his own grandmother. The reason, according to witnesses, was over something so trivial that it will shock you. This is the shocking story of how a viral TikTok sensation with a top 25 Billboard hit threw away his entire future in one violent afternoon.
Whoa. I'm trying to get past his ugly ass haircut, nigga. But this nigga spitting. Every line, this nigga is going crazy. This nigga is going crazy. Listen to the lyrics, nigga.
Before we dive into what happened that fateful day, you need to understand just how close Superstar Pride was to making it. We're talking about a kid who went from working at his uncle's car repair shop for $20 an hour to having a song with over 66 million streams in a matter of months. His track Painting Pictures didn't just go viral, it exploded across every platform, peaking at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100 and charting internationally in Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. He was born as Kadarius Pride on March 15, 2002 in Batesville, Mississippi, and raised in the small town of Sardis. Pride's story was supposed to be one of triumph over adversity. He grew up in an environment marked by economic challenges and early exposure to violence, experiences that would heavily influence his introspective lyrics about pressure and survival.
Man, I'm gonna be real, man. I wasn't not interested in nothing but the streets. I'm gonna be real. And then it got to the point where that life got so boring, like so quick. Like before 7, I ain't seen so much in the streets. Like
Before 7?
Before 7.
Jesus.
Before 7, I probably seen more than the average 16-year-old ever seen.
Pride's path to music started young. Inspired at age 6 by a family friend who produced tracks, he began recording on basic devices like iPhones and tablets by age 13. But it wasn't until he dropped out of college and started working at his uncle's auto shop that he began taking music seriously as an escape route from his circumstances. The breakthrough came in October 2022 when Pride released his debut EP, 5 Pounds of Pressure, a title referring to the force needed to pull a trigger, symbolizing the weight of life's struggles. The project's standout track, Painting Pictures, initially flew under the radar until Pride posted a raw performance video on TikTok.
Yeah, it's very went crazy when I put it on TikTok. And it went from 3,000 views to 10,000 views and 10 to 50 to 100 to
And it was just up.
It went from TikTok to YouTube. That's when it got real. You feel me? I watched my subscribers started going up.
What happened next was insane. The clip amassed millions of views, partly due to Pride's intense delivery and introspective lyrics, but also, ironically, because of his distinctive, uneven haircut that became the subject of viral memes.
I back to see, I went to sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, went to sleep, woke up, it was at like 1.2, 1.3 million. Then I was like, this this gotta be TikTok.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this ain't real. You feel
Right.
me? That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, nah, let me make sure it's real. And we go get another piece of the video and post it too. You feel me? I posted little videos in between, waited a couple days, and I post that one. Then, when I post that junk, it went from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock, it went to like 2.3 million.
Users joked about the superstar look, with many making cruel comments about how he should fire his barber. Little did anyone know how darkly prophetic those jokes would become. The success was overwhelming. Within weeks, Pride signed with United Masters after turning down multi-million-dollar offers from major labels because they wouldn't meet his asking price. His record was playing on radio stations across the country, and he was being hailed as hip-hop's next big thing. A fresh voice from rural Mississippi who had no prior criminal record or gang affiliations. But beneath the surface of this Cinderella story, there were warning signs that something wasn't right. Pride's lyrics often alluded to unresolved trauma and mental health struggles, including childhood exposure to violence and the psychological weight of pressure that he constantly referenced in his music. Then, just 2 days before the shooting, something happened that should have changed everything. A family member filed paperwork at the Panola County Sheriff's Office requesting that Pride be detained for a mental health evaluation, citing concerns that he posed a danger to himself or others. Deputies attempted to locate him at 2 residences but were unsuccessful. This detail is crucial because it shows that people close to Pride recognized something was deeply wrong, but they couldn't reach him in time. In an interview with Bootleg Kev conducted months before the tragedy, Pride spoke about his philosophy on life and success in ways that now seem haunting.
You take music away from me, this world gonna be f***ed up. See, the world already is, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The world. Yeah. Feel me? So, I don't get into businesses and this and that and that. I don't do all that. I ain't with that, because one thing for sure, I can only prosper. Feel me? I know I can only prosper so high in it. Mm-hmm. So I don't even waste my time, because I'm a real bulldog. And when I can't get what I want, I tear shit up. So that's why I don't get into shit. And
those words, when I can't get what I want, I tear shit up, take on a chilling new meaning in the light of what will happen months later. What happened on July 19th, 2023, around 12:30 p.m., would forever change multiple lives and end one. The victim was Marcus Wheatley, a 40-year-old barber who had known Pride for years and had been allegedly cutting his hair, the same hair that had become a viral sensation and launched Pride's career. The incident took place at a mobile home on Highway 35 North in Panola County's Cold Springs area, where Wheatley lived with relatives, including his grandmother, Mary Ann Strong.
He was a real soft-hearted person. He did it whatever he could to help anybody. He was a really nice person.
Mary, according to Strong's eyewitness account, which would become the backbone of the prosecution's case, what transpired that afternoon was nothing short of horrifying. Strong testified that Pride entered the home, and a heated argument ensued. The confrontation quickly escalated, with Wheatley attempting to flee the situation. But Pride allegedly wasn't going to let him escape.
He fell here. He shot about 3 times after he fell. And he walked over to me, and he pointed the gun at me and asked me if I was going to tell him.
The details that Strong provided paint a picture of a calculated attack. After Wheatley fell, Pride allegedly continued firing, delivering approximately 3 additional shots. But even more chilling was what happened next. According to Strong's testimony, Pride approached her, pointed his weapon at her, and asked if she was going to report what she had seen, a clear act of witness intimidation. Then, in what prosecutors would later describe as an execution-style final act, Pride allegedly returned to Wheatley's body.
And he came back out here and fired a last shot in his head.
She says Pride left in his red pickup truck, later found abandoned in Pope, Mississippi.
Trying to figure out the motive behind this senseless killing is where things get really dicey and tragic. Sheriff Shane Phelps described the case as a puzzle, noting that Pride and Wheatley were friends and had known each other a long time. However, Strong speculated that the dispute stemmed from Wheatley's refusal to participate in one of Pride's upcoming music video shoots. Specifically, Wheatley allegedly didn't want to travel to California to help with the video production.
He wanted Marcus to follow him, and Marcus couldn't do it. He couldn't help him make more money.
If true, this would mean that a man lost his life over declining to appear in a music video. The absurdity of such a motive makes the tragedy even more incomprehensible. Here was Pride, at the pinnacle of success, with a song peaking at number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100, making headlines for all the right reasons just weeks before, and he allegedly threw it all away over what amounts to a minor disagreement with a longtime friend. After the incident, Pride fled in his red pickup truck, which was later found abandoned. But unlike many who commit such acts, Pride didn't run far. Later that same day, around 4:47 p.m., he contacted authorities through family members and surrendered voluntarily at the Panola County Detention.
It sounds like this kid was just, he had some mental health issues that nobody was dealing with. The cops can't deal with mental health. The police do not know how to deal with mental health. They shoot people with mental health issues, get shot all the time by police because they have no training whatsoever. So again, he's lost in the loop. Unless this young man does something stupid to get people's attention, then he'll get help. But for some reason, you can, hey, my son or my daughter, they need help. You can reach out all you want. And the system just don't know what to do. Ever. It's always takes a tragedy for them to listen. And just hearing him talk, you could tell he's suffered from PTSD too. He probably was beat as a child, maybe some sexual abuse there, something, abuse, period. He's just a very angry person. You can tell that he was a very nice guy, but his fuse was really short. Really short.
Center. Some legal experts have suggested this voluntary surrender might indicate remorse or a different perspective on what transpired, though Pride's defense team hasn't publicly detailed their strategy.
It's still just something that's got to be looked into and to see what all transpired. As of now, it's just so early.
The immediate aftermath was swift. Pride was formally charged with first-degree murder on July 20th, 2023. On July 25th, 2023, he appeared for a bond hearing where Judge Jimmy McClear denied release, citing Pride as a risk to public safety.
Man.
He has remained in pretrial detention at the Panola County Detention Center ever since. The hip-hop community and fans were shocked. United Master CEO Steve Stout, who had just signed Pride weeks earlier, expressed his devastation, describing Pride as such a stand-up guy and questioning how yet another young artist with everything to lose could make such a catastrophic decision.
Because he was such a stand-up guy. Like, when we signed him, that was another bidding war. And he came to Miami and I sat with him and told him about the value of being independent. And he comes from a small town, like 20,000 people. And he wanted like $5 million from a label. And when they didn't give him $5 million, they were offering him $3 million. He's like, if it ain't $5 million, I'm not signing it. I'm like, what? But the values, values have value.
Values have value.
Values have value. That's what he wanted. And if it wasn't going to be that, he wasn't moving. When that shit happened 3 weeks later, man, I was like, how many times is this going to be the same shit? Another young kid who gets money, who has an opportunity to change his life, gets one foot and pulled back in the shit, and then does something that's stupid.
Now, here's where things get even more complicated and disturbing. As of October 2025, more than 2 years after the incident, there has been no trial, no conviction, no official sentencing for Superstar Pride.
What?
Despite widespread social media rumors claiming he received a 55-year sentence, these claims are completely unsubstantiated and appear to be misinformation that spread across TikTok and Instagram without any credible sources to back them up. The case remains in a pre-trial phase, with Pride still detained at the Panola County Detention Center without bond. What makes the situation even more bizarre is that Pride has continued to release music from jail. In December 2023, he self-released the album Mama Don't Worry, followed by the mixtape GED in July 2024, and most recently the album Red Eye in May 2025. Some of these tracks, like Connect 4, were literally recorded over monitored jail phone calls. You can hear the automated warnings about recording and time limits in the background. This continued creative output has kept Pride's name in circulation, with his hit painting pictures still racking up over 227 million streams on Spotify as of September 2025.
That's because he's not sentenced yet.
A man waiting for trial for murder while maintaining an active music career from behind bars. The internet's response to this tragedy has been complicated. On one hand, there's genuine concern for all parties involved, the victim's family, Pride's family, and the broader question of mental health and hip-hop. On the other hand, some of the discourse has been disturbing, with people making jokes about the irony of...
I'm going to tell you something, Chad. What's going on, this young man is worth millions of dollars. And there's millions of dollars to be made. And the white-collar folk are not going to let him just get arrested and lose that investment. So what they're doing is, he's not sentenced yet. He hasn't. I don't even think he's even been in court. I don't even know if he's even been arraigned yet. But think about that. No movement in the courts yet is what they said. Even though people believe he's already been sentenced. And it's funny, wherever that started from, what that did is just quiet everybody down. So nobody would be looking in to what's going on with this case. So somebody says, oh, no, he's already been sentenced. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, so what it does, it kills the curiosity of those that are interested in the case. And then it gives them a time to freely release music, get some things done, maybe get an album done, maybe get 2 albums done. Because murder cases can last 3, 5, 10, or 7 years, maybe, probably 4 or 5 years at the most, right? That's just pushing back, or they found some problems they had to redo. You know what I'm saying? That's just a case, right? It takes a while. It's not a coincidence that he hasn't even been arraigned yet in court. And if he is, he doesn't have a bail or anything right now. So somebody is getting what they can, why they can, as much as they can right now. And then once he gets sentenced, because there's probably nothing they can do. He killed somebody. So all they can do is, before he's sentenced, because there's another thing, that once he gets sentenced, there's laws that prisoners can't. That's, in fact, America changed a lot of that in the prison system, because you used to be able to make money while you were in prison. If you were an artist, if you painted stuff, or, they still have that, but they have it more like a locally at the prison. A lot of prisons have stores, like when visitors come to visit their loved ones, they actually have like a gift store that's made up from the prisoners, like pictures and cards and people that can draw, which is, it's a little hustle. They make a few dollars here and there, but all this internet stuff, making millions of dollars while you're in prison, they put a big stipulations on that now. But That's why I said what I said, because he's not sentenced yet, even though he's in the system. So that management's trying to bank what they can, like I said, fast as they can, when they can, as much as they can, until he's sentenced. Scantless, bro. That's all it is. It's
Pride
scantless.
allegedly killing his barber after the internet spent months roasting his haircut. As of October 2025, Marcus Wheatley's family is still waiting for justice. His grandmother, Marianne Strong, who witnessed the entire tragic event, has lived with the trauma of that day for over 2 years without closure.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Pride sits in pretrial detention, his future uncertain, his promising career permanently stained by these allegations. The ultimate question this case forces us to confront is this: how many more talented young artists will we lose, either to violence, incarceration, or death, before we seriously address the mental health crisis in hip hop? Pride had everything.
That's
A
true.
hit record, a distribution deal,
Mental health
millions of
is
streams,
real.
and a fan base that loved
Is
him.
real.
Yet somehow in one afternoon it all came crashing down over what may have been a trivial disagreement. Whether Pride is ultimately convicted or acquitted, one thing is certain: multiple lives were irrevocably destroyed that day in July 2023. A 40-year-old man lost his life, a promising 21-year-old artist potentially threw away his future, and a family was left to pick up the pieces of an unimaginable tragedy.
Wow. Terrible, man. Terrible. A big dude too, man. He's a young man, but he's pretty strong, big guy, man. And you just start out with $5 million and doing it, man. Woo!
Alright, man, coming out 3, 2, 1. Atlanta's #1 hip hop station, Hot 107.9 birthday bash, ATL. It's getting crazy out here. Of course, I'm Manny Stray back here with the one and only Superstar Pride. How you feeling? I feel like you're chilling so hard.
Superstar
Can we talk about the
Pride.
buzz? Where you the buzz? Your styles. Shout out. Cholo, where you at, man? Shout out to Cholo, man. So what was the inspiration for the all black? I see you got the skulls on it too. I heard and seen. Shout out my folks in the corner, man. They said, you said you was fixing on cars when you first found out that your song was going up. What kind of car was you working on? I do my research, man. We in here. We got to know what's going on. What car was you fixing on? How often you work in the car? Is that what you was doing before you switched to get into the music? We super excited that you're here, man. I know you about to go out there and kill it. Birthday bash, ATL, my dog.
All right, chat. Have a good one. Listen, you know, they just trying to bank on the boy. Please, please ring the bell. Continue to hit those like buttons, man. Most of all, join the movement, man. We're on the move here. This is something I wanted to get to you guys because there's a lot of new stuff coming out. And I'm trying to stay up with it, guys. Listen, man, send me some info. Please write the comments. Let me know what you think. Also, if you have anything you would like to see us share here on, please email us or hit us on TikTok, wherever you like. We'll get back to you. And most of all, I would love to put something on there for our chat. Guys, have a beautiful day. Remember, man, God loves you. And remember, we're going to change the world one video at a time, chat. That's what we're going to do. So let's do it, chat. One video at a time. You and I, we could.